David here with Figboot on Pens, and I am back from vacation. The family and I took a 2-week trip to China that was very well documented. I'll be putting together a series of travel vlogs in the very near future, either 2 or 3 parts. I'm not sure how long it'll be, but I wanted to make sure that I do the trip justice. Also, before I get into today's review, a bit of housekeeping. I was going to talk about this during my last Q&A, but I actually forgot. A while back, I actually had a contest when I hit 10,000 subscribers, and while I announced the winner and the prizes, I really neglected to let you know the answer to the puzzle that you had to solve in order to enter the contest. Now, my goal was to make this contest a bit harder, so you had to work a bit to figure it out. I thought that it would minimize the amount of folks who would enter and kind of maximize the chances of winning for those who put in the effort. Well, apparently I didn't make the puzzle hard enough because over 300 of you were able to come up with the correct answer. Just know that next time I do one of these puzzles, I'm going to ramp up the difficulty to significantly increase the challenge. Okay, so on to the solution. The only instructions were given was that at the beginning of a specific, or beginning with a specific video, there was clues hidden somewhere in the video. Those clues weren't that too hard to find. Behind my right shoulder, in the very same place each video, was a series of numbers, ones and zeros. That you needed to recognize was binary code. Once you collected all the numbers from the videos, you needed to translate that from binary. Now, as a little hint, I said that a specific video could be key to you solving the puzzle. In the comments for that video, I actually hid a link to a binary converter that you could use to determine what that code says. Once you translated the binary code, you ended up with a bunch of numbers. You then had to realize that those numbers were actually GPS coordinates, and if you entered those coordinates into a program like Google Maps, then you discovered that those were the coordinates for the Lamy World Headquarters in Germany. So the answer was Lamy, or the Lamy World Headquarters. Congratulations go out to Stephen White for winning the prize, which ended up being a red Lamy Safari as well as an Aurora pen pouch. And thanks to everyone that entered. I enjoy putting together puzzles like this. They take a lot of planning and months to execute, especially if I'm placing clues on 15 different videos. But look for more things like that coming in down the line. And yes, like I said, the next puzzle will be harder. Okay, so on to the review. Today I have for you a pen from the brand Opus 88, and that pen is the Picnic. What I'm going to do is go over the parts and features of the Picnic, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for. I'll show some measurements, size comparisons, and provide a writing sample. And then stay tuned to learn how you can win this very pen, courtesy of Opus 88, who provided this pen for review as well as for giveaway. I talked about this in an earlier review of their Coloro model, but Opus 88 is a company based out of Taiwan. They began producing pens back in 1977. The name Opus 88 refers to 2 things. They felt that when looking at their manufacturing and design procedures, they felt that in a way those were likened to the creation of music. So they chose Opus to refer to those musical elements. The 88 relates to the year the company was founded. But if you recall, I said it was founded in 1977. The thing is, Taiwan runs on a traditional calendar, but they also use a different calendar system as well, one that relates to the founding of the Republic of China in 1912. So 1977 was the year 88 in the Minghua calendar. So that's why it is Opus 88. The pen arrives in this box. On the box, it has a logo, which is the symbol for SU, HSU, which is the name of the family behind this brand. Once you get off the sleeve, the box has a kind of a hinge style lid with a little magnet catch. Inside, there is an instruction manual, which actually is important for this pen because the filling mechanism is one that you might not be that familiar with. Also included is a glass eyedropper, which is important because this pen does not utilize a cartridge or converter. It is eyedropper only, but we'll get to that in a bit. And then here is the pen, the Opus 88 Picnic. This is the blue model, but it's also available in a light green, a really nice purple, and then there's like an amber brown. The pen is made from a translucent acrylic. The outside is polished, but the inside of the pen is a bit frosted, more in the cap than the barrel. Let's start by taking a look at the finial. It's a translucent acrylic that has a nice blue hue. Now, in this picture, you're seeing more of a reflection, but when you look through it, I kind of like how it distorts what you're looking at. It's kind of cool. I also like how right underneath the clip band, you can see how crisp and clean the threads look that the finial uses that have been bored out of the pen. It goes to show some of the good build quality of this pen. Plus, I think it's an interesting look. In regard to the clip, it's the very same clip that can be found on the Opus 88's Coloro model. There's a small beaded pattern down each side of the clip that gives it a bit of a non-traditional look. And it does function well in both pockets as well as cases. At the end of the cap, there is no band per se, but it's printed with Opus 88. The underlying cap threads actually provide kind of a visual band as opposed to a physical one. There is an angled step down to the barrel, and it's straight for about an inch or so, and then you can see this very large ink capacity that's in this pen. And that there is a metal piece in here, which is part of the filling system, and the barrel slowly tapers down to a ring, and then a translucent piece here at the end, which is part of the filling mechanism as well. And the very end of the pen is rounded. The cap unscrews to reveal this number 5 Jowo nib. It's available in fine, medium, as well as broad. This one here is a medium. I find this medium nib to be pleasant. I personally prefer like a number 6 size nib over a number 5, but while I can't describe the writing experience as spectacular, it gets the job done and is serviceable. And then here's a look at the plastic feed. The section here is a bit on the thin side, but not so thin that it gets uncomfortable for me to use. This section is slightly shorter than that of the Coloro. It's flared at the end and then angles up to the threads, which I don't find to be sharp at all. The Picnic is comfortable in my hand, and it's plenty long enough to use unposted. The cap does post, and it does post securely, and it is light enough that I don't feel it backweights the pen at all. Okay, let's take a look at the filling system. It is a traditional Japanese style eyedropper. In order to fill the pen, you do two things. First of all, you want to extend the piston. So I know it's difficult to see in here, but you unscrew this and you can bring this out, and you can now kind of see that the piston is moving in here. And then once you've done that, then what you need to do is unscrew the section. Now, what this piston does is it actually seals off the main ink chamber from the forward part of this pen in the section. Now, the result of this is that after a bit, the forward portion is going to run out of ink, and when that happens, all you have to do is just unscrew the back a bit to break the seal, and then the ink will fill in from the front, and you are good to go again. But I do find that the forward portion of the section really doesn't have the largest ink capacity, so you might have to do that more often than you would think, but you have plenty of ink backup, and it only takes a couple of seconds to do. Once you have extended the piston and unscrewed the section, then you can use the eyedropper that's provided or a syringe to fill up the barrel. And you can see here that this barrel has a rather large ink capacity. Then once you're done, you just seal the section, and there is a little O-ring on there as well. And then you close. Well, you want to close up close it up once it's facing down, not up, because if you do it when it's facing up, then there's no ink that's getting inside the barrel. So you want to have it facing down, and then you're back in business. I like this filling system. I think it works really well for a demonstrator like the Picnic. Now, especially because I never really cared for the look of having a converter in a demonstrator. That I just think having the ink sloshing around is a nicer look. The Opus 88 Picnic retails for $99 at most retailers. And I feel that that's on the high end in regard to the value for this pen. Would I prefer it be priced at $79? Sure. But $99 isn't unreasonable for what you get here, which is a solidly made pen with decent looks and a unique filling system. It's a pen that I do recommend. I do enjoy this pen. Thanks again go out to Opus 88 for providing this pen for review and for giveaway. In order to win this very pen, there are no puzzles to solve. All you need to do is be a subscriber to this channel and leave a comment here on YouTube. Today is Saturday, July 7th, 2018, and you have until the end of day on Tuesday, the 10th of July to enter. In regard to a comment topic, this is a pen with a unique filling system. Why don't you let me know your favorite filling system on any pen that you have? So again, the comment topic is not a requirement. It is just a suggestion. So now it's time for some measurements, size comparisons, and a writing sample. Here we go with some size comparisons for the Opus 88 Picnic. Here it is with the Opus 88 Coloro, which I have a review of on my channel if you'd like to see some more information about that one. Then here it is with a Mont Blanc 146. And then here it is with a brand new pen, my latest acquisition, which is a Visconti Vertigo. And so that's what it looks like in regard to that pen. So in regard to some other pens, which all happen to be orange pens, we have the orange Diplomat Aero. Then we have something that's actually more coral than orange, but the Montegrappa. And then this is an Edison Pen Company Herald. If you've never checked out one of the Edison Pen Company pens, that Edison makes some really nice pens. So that's what it looks like in regard to those pens. So here we go with the writing sample for the Opus 88 Picnic. And this is a medium steel nib. And the ink that I'm using here is Colorverse Electron. This is what the ink looks like. It's kind of a muted orange. Kind of something like Iroshizuku Yuyaki is kind of a more muted orange, as opposed to something that's a little more bold and vibrant, like the Ackerman Orange Bovin. This is what the Colorverse bottle looks like. They're very unique and they're very cool. Actually, I don't have any, but Opus 88 has worked with Colorverse, and Colorverse has produced a line of inks that match up with each of the colors of both the Picnic line as well as the Coloro line. So they have a blue ink that matches up well with this blue pen. So here we go with the writing sample. This is, like I mentioned before, a steel nib. It is a medium. I'd say it's almost a little bit more on the fine side of medium. You can push it to get a little bit of line variation out of here. If you push it a little bit, you can get some out of there. That in regard to wetness, I wouldn't say that it's the wettest nib. It's a bit on the dry side. And in regard to for reverse writing, I wouldn't say that it performs very well in that regard. And in regard to some fast writing, I have no problems with this feed keeping up. Thanks again go out to Opus 88 for providing this pen for review and for giveaway. Don't forget to leave your comment on this video and subscribe to the channel in order for your chance to win this pen. That I'm confident whoever wins it is going to enjoy it. That I've enjoyed it and that it's been a good addition to the Opus 88 lineup. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.